In there, no tutoma. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you're seeing this video and also your location. This morning, I'm here again to talk to our people in my own usual way. I just want to remind us that the PM, our beloved Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, his coming back is imminent. Let me use that word. But there is something that will happen when he comes back. The scenario at the moment is just like the return of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, which no man can say this is when he's coming back and this is when the rapture will take place. Though humanly we can predict, because of the ongoing investigation, we can predict that before June, our Prime Minister will be with us. But then the date and day, nobody knows. Again, there are things that will happen once he comes back. Certainly, some people will get fired. Certainly, some people will regret their actions. Certainly, some people will shout, had I known. So the question for me now, just like the preachers used to say, don't shout, had I known on the last day. Don't be among the people that will cry, had I known on the last day. The activities of most of our people, especially those that are making money with this crisis, I mean the content creators, many Biafrans are following them. People like Ada Diorama, she's a content creator. Remy Juice is a content creator. There are many of them that are there dishing out information that are unverified, putting allegations on people that matters in this struggle. There are things you can't do, and there are things you can do. Like someone said to me in a comment section when I made a video talking about the account, which Ogenkere refused to submit to the COS. The person told me that for whatever reason he has, that not being able to give an account is a deal breaker for him. That is why he chose to go with the COS. There are things you can't do. Those things are deal breakers. You cannot, for any reason, you shouldn't criticize the men on ground for taking their stand, no matter who they choose. That army was instituted by the Prime Minister himself. The commanders, he selected them. It's not political. There was no politics inside. These are people he trusted that has been working with him for years. All of a sudden, people like Remy Juice and co started calling them names, calling them kidnappers, calling them online commanders, calling them all sorts of names. They forgot one thing. If I appoint a man to do a work for me, in my absence, if you condemn that person, you are equally condemning me because I trusted that person with the job. I've said it before. The activities of COS, that is where I have problem. I don't have problem with her being the leader. Where I have problem is her making changes to the teams that Prime Minister put in place. That is my problem. It means the Prime Minister is incompetent or he doesn't know what he's doing. That's when you see massive changes in a government. When the previous government doesn't know what he or she is doing, or when he is using people that are incompetent and he watch them loot. You people accuse Ogenkere of looting money, but the same Ogenkere has been handling our finance under the Prime Minister's watch. Are you saying that Prime Minister is an accomplice for watching him loot the money? Is that what you're telling me? That he intentionally put somebody, or that he's not capable of making changes if need be? We have seen his leadership quality. his ability to lead. He doesn't look at face. If he can suspend somebody like Madam Azoka, Madam Erewa at a time, you should know that he doesn't look at faces. He has said it several times, I have no friend in this struggle. And people have easily forgotten that. He has no friend, he has no brother. Anybody that go against Biafra, the person will collect. But here we are. Our people, our own people, choose to call men on ground names. Do you even know their offense? Why they decided not to go with the COS decision? They told COS not to remove success because success is the one they trusted in handling their logistics. Look, this is a very critical situation. Before they can trust you with such a very secret and confidential job, both parties must trust you. The PM must trust you, and the men on ground must trust you. Bringing Solomon into the situation. Have you all forgotten when PM warned Solomon to stay away from anything that has to do with security? The same Solomon that is now trying to take over the position of success, which the men on ground said no. That was their offense. Allow the things PM put in place. Let it remain the way it is until PM returns. If you want to fire somebody, let him be the one to do it. That was their offense. All of a sudden, they became kidnappers. They became snatchers. They became criminals. They became all sorts of bad things. You call them those names without evidence. What I'm trying to say is this. That day is fast approaching. I saw a tweet by Kelena TV on Twitter. You have been an instrument used to destroy Biafran agitation because you decide to take side instead of calling for peace with your platform. You know, you have those people that have large number of followers. You should be careful of the things you say. Now you put out a comment there. If Prime Minister comes back and say that is Ogenkere, that is getting it right, you will apologize and move on. What the hell does that mean? If he say, because you know right inside you there is two sides of a coin. Every story has two sides. There is two sides of a coin. There is a chance he will come out and side with the COS. There is a chance he will come out and totally condemn the COS. You are aware of that. What if he comes out and condemn the COS? Because for me, making changes on everything I put in place is a deal breaker for me. Those people the COS is busy changing was the people the Prime Minister trusted with confidential information. He's busy changing all of them. Over 90% of what he put in place has been changed so far within a space of 1 month. He is not dead. He just went in for questioning. And this woman is changing everything. That's the place I have problem with her. She can be the leader, but things need to be followed in due process. You're not destroying Nigeria to create another Nigeria, because all these things can only happen in Nigeria. You used your platform to tell people not to fund BLA. You used your platform to stop fundraising for security. Now you're telling me if the Prime Minister comes back and say that all the things you've been doing is wrong, and you will just apologize and move on. Now let me ask you a question. Your apology, will it take away the criminal names you call General Butuzo, Holy Ghost, Rose, and the rest of them? Will it take away the kidnapping allegation you put on them? Your apology, will it bring back the lives of people that died in Imo State during the time you people were busy causing all kind of confusion in this agitation? Just a week ago, do you know how many people that died in Imo State? None of you were busy or ready to cover it or to bring it out to the limelight for people to see or for the entire world to see. You were busy in attacking your brothers, whereas your enemy are busy killing your people. None of you covered those incidents. I mean, many were massacred. Many houses were burnt in old Imo State. Will it bring back those lives? Your apology, will it change everything in a day? You are giving the Prime Minister a task that can take him, let's say, 2 months backward instead of moving forward, to make the changes that the COS is doing presently, to correct it. That thing can lead to compromise, because he will need to be careful to do them again. When you are speeding in a vehicle, I know most of you drive. When you're driving and you are over speeding, there is a chance of accident. Because what the COS is doing right now, she is over speeding. I mean, over speeding. Like I said, I have no problem with her being the leader, but I have problem with her changing everything the Prime Minister put in place. Because I disagree with you, your opinion does not mean I am a saboteur. Those people should differentiate that. Even in American government, there are people that have different opinion. Even the Trump, who is going to be American president in less than 5 days today, in his new cabinet, there is somebody that opposed one of his policies. When the press asked him, why do you pick somebody that opposed one of, he said, I like him because he's bold enough to speak up. He's a pure patriot. That's what he said. I like him because he's not afraid to speak up. You need people that can oppose or disagree in a cabinet meeting, because I've never seen any of them disagree with the PM outside of the cabinet meeting. If they are disagree there, they are disagree there to agree. That's their job. But you people are analyzing the video, telling people that they are saboteurs. Without your apology, if the PM come out and say you are wrong, will it change anything? Will it bring back those times that we have lost because of your activities? The money you people are putting in that mandate account, will it bring it back? Because that money cannot be used for military. Go and check the laws. That mandate account were created for charity. That money cannot be used to fund BLA. Will it do all those things? You defunded the BLA. You refuse to give them their logistics because they told you their own opinion. Just like you're busy sharing your opinion to the other people, you're selling it to people. They said, we don't want this. We don't want to work with this person, because their job is life and death situation. Every single mistake can collapse everything. They are the strength of the struggle. That's the strength of everything that has to do with Biafra. The Prime Minister cannot go this far without them. He can't. That is why he never joke with them. But here we are, our own people, calling them names, calling them kidnappers. So my question to you now, Kelena TV, your apology, will it change anything? Will it? Or you just apologize and move on? What about the damages? Just bear it in mind that everything a man does, there is a repercussion. There's always a retribution. There is always a price to pay for every action. Most of you have sinned against spirit. I'm repeating it again. Most of you have sinned against spirits. Spirits have no room for forgiveness. Instead of busy condemning these people, why not let them be? Let the PM decide when he comes back. Because even now, from the way you sounded in that tweet, you are not sure. Then if you're not sure, why not leave others? Let them be. Let him come back and make the decisions for himself. Why are you making decisions for him in his absence? You yourself, you have that doubt in you that there is a chance he will come out and choose the other side of the coin. There is always two sides. to every coin. You can come back and say, I never supported this. Because everything the COS is doing, if you watch Prime Minister's video very well, if you've been following him, there are contradictions. Dissolving of the cabinet, he said in his video time and when and how, but those things were not followed. There are contradictions. You can't be sure. I'm not saying the COS is working for Nigerian government like others do. I've never once in my video accused her of that because I have no proof. But she might be doing all those things in her own way of protecting the struggle. But then there is no 100% assurance that the Prime Minister is going to approve that. Just like I analyzed on the video of accounting, Nkere refused to give that account because he's trying to protect the secrecy of the men on ground. Because that account is going to expose a lot of things. But you people are not seeing it in that direction. I said there is always two sides to every story. Why not listen to the both sides? Instead of me coming out to tell you that Nkere is a supporter because he refused to give account for that, he's looting money. You did not reason or go back to him and ask questions. That account, when you give an account, you write your income and expenditure, you back it up with a statement. That back statement will expose the identity of success. Till today, nobody knows who he is. It will expose the identity of the person receiving the money from abroad, buying their logistics, how the weapon trap. A lot of things will be exposed. And that's what you people are asking for, to bring down everything. Even the COS knows Nkere is going to protect that account with his life. But because of the internal dispute they already had, she used that as a means. She used that as a means to remove him from the government. Because I know she's aware that Nkere will never release that account without the Prime Minister being present. Even if the Prime Minister is present, he's not going to be in front of every member of the cabinet because it's a classified document. She's aware. But because of the internal dispute they've been having, if you can analyze that video with thinking critically outside box, you know that most of the videos she's putting out there has been an issue boiling internally within them. It's not something you should just jump into and start talking about, calling people saboteurs without knowing that they are protecting something that somebody ordered them to protect with their life. Neither of the party is a saboteur. None of them is working with the Nigerian government, but this is just a conflict, a misunderstanding that should have been resolved by the CRC. But since the CRC could not handle it, let the two parties be. When the PM resolve, come back. He can bring them back together or separate the chaff from the wheat. It is not for you to judge. That is my message to all of you content creators. Ada Dorama, you used your platform and your position in Otunoko Ezinolo to put fire on everything. Because most of these people, like Marvelous Arins and the rest of them, they are your children. They look up to you. So whatever you tell them, obviously they will believe it. You use it to lie against people you shouldn't have lied against. That judgment day is fast approaching. There is always two sides to every coin. That's the summary of whatever I'm saying this morning. Just be aware that the Prime Minister is coming. When he's come back, who knows who his arrow of judgment will hit? Who knows? Instead of destroying, let's build. Thank you very much. Share this video, please. Let it go viral because I know there are one or two things some people will get from it. Though some people feel that I'm not making sense. Because once they believe something, it's hard to tell them the truth. Even if that thing they believed is not the truth. You are entitled to believe in your own truth, but in everything you do, try to reason. Because in a prime minister's cabinet, we had a perfect government. I can't just be a yes sir, yes ma cabinet member. You put me there to contribute. If I argue with you, it means I'm sharing my opinion. So long as that argument is not done outside, you should have given me a video of where they came out in the public and say no to prime minister. If they say no to some of the things he said in the cabinet meeting, they say no, they give their reason for saying no. It's left for him to correct them or to adopt it. Like, he has proven it several times that he is not a man that will say something and stand by it without listening to his cabinet members. The IOU loan that is ongoing now was suggested by a cabinet member. He looked into it and adopted it. That is why he put all of them there. Bring in your opinion. Before you become a cabinet, a cabinet member, you should have something to offer. Not yes sir, yes ma. We don't need that. If they are arguing with him on the S space, or if they are disobeying him, he said something, they said the other one in their broadcast or whatever, then I will know they are working against him. But so long as the argument is done indoors, because without those videos, nobody would have known such thing happened. So long as it's done, it happened indoors, I don't see anything wrong with it. None of them is acting like a cabal. If you are telling yourself or being honest with yourself, the only people doing like a cabal at presently is Adadi Orama and COS. Because they are trying to put their own people in the government before the prime minister's return, and they're doing it so fast. That's how cabals operate. Not people that are protecting something that is handed over to them to protect. People should wake up and stop all this rubbish. Anyway, I never wanted this video to be more than 30 minutes. So please, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so that whenever I come up online, you will get notified. And most importantly, don't forget to share this video so that someone else can benefit from it. Even those that believe that I'm not making sense. A time will come when it